full screen. Good for you. All right. Should have waited. But I was impatient. So let's go ahead.
It's full screen. Good for you.
Add everyone.
Should have waited.
Let's go ahead and add everyone. Class trial starts now. Don gone. You don't need to be over here. Danganronpa 2. Enter. Welcome, Woohoo Brokeback. And let's begin. Did I remember to start Steam or? Yeah, I remember to start Steam. Okay. Alright, so I rewatched those parts I was talking about. Rewatched the class scene. I'm just gonna summarize the important parts. There is... Hi, Fuyuhiko. How coincidental. Pre-trial prep. There is no indication on whether the characters were coming or going except for Hiyoko, so she is the only character we know. What lies within Monokuma's video game? Is it truth or lies? What is the motive that ties that game and reality together? Where did the killer who escaped from the beach house go? There's no looking away from the hopeless memories reflected in the twilight. Alright. Let's just go over the truth bullets real quick. Monokuma File 2. The victim is Mahiro Koizumi. Estimated time of death is around 3 p.m. The scene of the crime where the body was discovered is inside the beach house of Chandelier Beach. Cause of death is a single killing blow to the head with a blunt instrument. There are no other conspicuous external injuries and no trace of foreign substances, such as drugs. The bloodstain on the floor had streaks leading to the roadside door as if Mahiro had crawled through it. Don't worry, we should be okay. Footsteps were found at the crime scene. The trail leads from the beach house and loops around toward the road. The footprints were Hiyoko's. Metal bat. The metal bat was found at the crime scene. Due to bloodstains coating it, is believed to be the murder weapon. The murder weapon used in the Twilight Syndrome murder case was a metal bat, too. Trash can. There were a bunch of empty plastic bottles in the trash can at the beach house. They were probably drinks from the refrigerator. I do not remember who said they don't drink colored or, like, flavored beverages. I don't remember who said that. So that's an important clue that I probably don't know anymore. Mask of the anime character Sunwitch, as per Ito, found at the crime scene. Yellow gummy found in the closet of the beach house. Shower room. The beach house has a shower room, however the shower is out of order and cannot be used. Iron barred window. The window in the shower room. It can be opened, but due to its location, it can't be accessed unless you hitch a piggyback ride from someone. How that is going to come into play, I don't fucking know. Unless Hiyoko was working with Fuyuhiko, but that seems unlikely. Broken fish tank. In the Twilight Syndrome murder case, a tipped-over fish tank was found in the music room where the victim's body was discovered. Gravel and water were scattered everywhere. I don't know the significance of this clue. Killer's escape route. In the Twilight Syndrome murder case, there was a broken window in the music room where the victim's first body was discovered. Normally, you can't leave the music room without passing through the entrance hall. I don't know how this is relevant, because the killer did pass through the entrance hall. They didn't say anything about don't drink colored water, but they did say they don't eat colored gummies. Yeah, no, someone actually did mention it at some point. Stolen swimsuit. Girl E, who had appeared in Twilight Syndrome murder case, had her swimsuit stolen by someone. Ending prize. The ending prize was found in Mahiru's room. It consists of an envelope containing 4 paragraphs. There was also a letter that included in the envelope that says, try playing Twilight Syndrome. After you get a game over, press down for 5 times for the real game. Once you do, you should remember what you all did to my sister. We'll talk then. Entrance hall photo. One of the ending prizes, a picture of Mika, Ibuki, and Hiyoko at what appears to be the entrance hall. Broken vase. One of the ending prizes, a photo of a broken vase. Girl D showed Girl E this photo in Twilight Syndrome murder case. This vase was broken in the classroom next to the music room. Victim's crime scene photo. One of the ending prizes, a crime scene photo of the victim after she was killed in the music room. Girl E's crime scene photo. One of the ending prizes, a crime scene photo of Girl E after she was killed. It looks like she was killed with a metal bat. Gummy bag. Apparently there were a lot inside Hyoko's room. Each bag contains 4 flavors: strawberry, melon, grape, and orange. Letter on Miharu. The letter found in Miharu's pocket. I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay to change the place and time? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Hyoko Sayonji. Mikan's autopsy report. Miharu received a blow to the head from behind and died instantly. Okay. With the evidence we have, we can conclude nothing. Actually, I hate to break it to you, we can conclude nothing. However, we can say the following information. The people with the most motive to kill Miharu specifically, everyone has reason to kill, are the ones that have played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case. Which you know the people that played it are ourselves, Nagato, Chieki, and Miharu herself. However, Miharu didn't kill herself with a bat. Nagato was tied up at the time, and we know we didn't do it. Which leaves Chieki, but let's be honest, it wasn't Chieki. It probably wasn't. We know that she entered the restaurant at around 3:40, 3:50 p.m. Well after, yes, her voice. Well after the time the attack had happened. Byakuya is dead. Teru is dead. Gundam, we don't know his location, but he didn't really come up, and we know that he was sad about not being invited to the beach, and we briefly saw him on the way to the beach. So I think, if anything, we can probably conclude that Gundam probably has nothing to do with any of this, and he's just around. Kazuchi did not show up to our meeting at 3 o'clock, which means he actually doesn't have an alibi at the time of the murder. However, it is worth noting that Kazuchi was the last person to discover the body. And because he was the last person to discover the body, we can conclude that he had not previously seen the body, and thus he probably was not the killer, unless the game is stupid. The only way he could be the killer is if the game is just outright stupid. Nekomaru doesn't have an alibi. However, Akane also does not have an alibi, but she claimed that she was fighting Nekomaru at the time. So assuming these two are in fact telling the truth, these two are each other's alibis. Fuyuhiko, we know, was in the area, but the game did not, and I rewatched the scene. Who saw the body before him then? What a good fucking question. She did. And I don't know the other person. Probably her. But, we'll get to that. Fuyuhiko, we know, would have motive for killing Miharu because, not just because he may have played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, and one of the previous bits of evidence specifically said it's just really vigorous sex. One of the messages implied that he played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case because he said, "Remember what you did to my sister." We know that there were 2 Kuzuryu characters in the game. We can conclude that Girlie was probably Sato. We know that guy F stated that the dead girl in the classroom was his sister. Therefore, we can conclude that the girl that was killed in the classroom by Sato was Fuyuhiko's sister. We know Miharu knowingly covered this up. That gives him motive. We know he passed by the area. That gives him opportunity. Let's be honest, anyone in this entire fucking game could have gotten a bat. Except for Nagato, who for once is basically suspicionless. Because he was not released by Minami until after the body discovery. So Fuyuhiko was the most likely culprit. Chieki, I doubt she has anything to do with this, but we will acknowledge that she would at very least have motive. Sonia, the only reason I'm suspicious of Sonia is because she's wearing a full body suit, which is a little weird, first off, but second off, because of the clues relating to sparkling justice at the crime scene and her enthusiasm about serial killers. It is possible that, however, she may have, at the very least, tampered with the crime scene, which is what I more suspect, was, since she was the last one to arrive, I suspect she was actually arriving after having tampered with the crime scene. Putting that out here. I believe that Hyoko was likely hiding in the closet because we know that she wanted to meet Miharu at 2:30, and said someone was trying to interfere with their meeting, likely Fuyuhiko. We know Miharu invited all of the girls to the mission, however, all of them turned them down because they were going to Sonia. It is worth noting that Sonia may have been the one interfering with the mission. Just putting it out here. Alright, so we know that Hiyoko was physically in the location, and around 3:30 we saw her leaving the location. So assuming she arrived on time, she was there at the place Miharu died at around 3:30 to at least, from 2:30 to 3:30. She was at the very least there at the crime scene. Miharu's dead. Mikan arrived with Ibuki. We don't know if they were in it together, but they probably weren't because they arrived later. Peko, we don't know Peko's actual location, but she claims to have been swimming around the island for 3 hours from the other beach and not Chandelier Beach. So, therefore, the most likely culprit is Fuyuhiko, Kuzuryu, but Sonia and Hiyoko cannot be eliminated as possibilities, but I'm going to say right now, if it is anyone but these three, the game is going to have to do a hell of a job justifying it, because it's probably bullshit. Everything points to Fuyuhiko. So I'm going to lock it in right now before we start. The killer was Fuyuhiko. I can't wait to be wrong. I need to equip my shit. How do I do that? Do I equip that for me? Okay, I do it for me, yeah. No, I don't know how this works. I'm sure it won't come up. Oh, set skill. I'm dumb. I'm fucking dumb. I don't know what this is, but let's equip it.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
If I learned anything from last time, it's that I should fucking listen to this.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong
Also, I don't know if the Notice Me Jack Senpai was directed at me or just in general, but I acknowledged you. Hello, welcome, maid.
This island.
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
Now then, let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome murder case.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
This is
Nevertheless,
probably
we shouldn't ignore
directly
it.
related.
After all, that game is the motive this time.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
What is your name, Jack or something?
I'm sure everyone
maybe.
who's beaten the
You don't
game
know me.
already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Some of us have not beaten
This
that
is too
game.
slow.
Give us a detailed explanation.
It means Twilight Syndrome murder case is a non-fiction game. Additionally, some of us are characters in that game too.
Some of us are characters in a video game?
So, I think it's better
Oh,
to
you mean
clarify
like,
who the
oh, like
characters in the
Genocide
game
Jack.
are
I get it.
first.
The characters in the game were girl A, B, C, D, E, boy F, and the high school girl who got killed at the beginning. By using the staff roll after clearing the game as reference, I should be able to figure out who's who. They're actually gonna make me do that? Are you fucking ridiculous? Oh, okay. Game, I'm not an idiot. Come on. The first character the player was able to control was Girl A. The identity of Girl A is Mikan.
I see. Girl A is probably Mikan Tsumiki. That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A. Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Boy.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy. A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights. Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too. Huh?
She's right. The one who said that was Girl B.
I see. Girl B was short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hiyoko.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me.
Anyway, let's move on.
Girl C, her personality was hyper, energetic, and unique. It was Ibuki, come on.
I see. Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl, see? Then I'll see you next Tuesday.
Ah!
Let's move on to Girl D.
Girl D, there's only one person who ever had a camera with them, and that is Maharu.
I see. Girl D is my hero. The victim in this case.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about
Because she's
Guy
dead.
F.
Guy F is Fuyuhiko.
I see.
I can't believe they're just getting this out
Aren't
of...
you Guy
Oh
F?
god, it wasn't him, was it?
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid.
That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu?
Another person?
It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Mioda, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Hold on. Why do you keep saying there were 2 Kuzuryus?
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written on the staff roll.
It's so early
Since
to
you beat
finger
the
him
game,
already, though.
You probably know what this actually means, right?
The reason Fuyuhiko's last name Kuzuryu appears twice, it's true I have a hunch, but to call it out like that, Nagato, you're definitely someone I shouldn't mess with. The reason Fuyuhiko's last name Kuzuryu appears twice is probably because... Oh, I forget if it was a younger sister. It was a little sister, wasn't it?
I can prove it.
Yeah, it
with
was a
this.
little sister.
In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little sister?
This is what Guy F said in the game. It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You probably noticed, right?
I don't really want to say it myself, but I need to move the conversation forward. The only character in the game I could see being Fuyuhiko's little sister is the high school girl who died at the beginning.
The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
That bitch! Girlie, was it? That bitch? What the hell did she do to my little sister?
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister. So if the only person left is the dead high school girl...
Well,
then
and he
she
fucking
must be
killed her with a
Fuyuhiko's
bat,
sister.
so...
Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you got there.
Winning personality? Are you praising me?
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
Yeah,
Dead as a
I have
sack of
little
hamsters.
sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality.
It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events. That's why it's the movie.
Don't go making shit up, bastard! If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, when I first entered Hope's Peak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and sent me off. It happened just the other day.
Don't we not have memories of Hope's Peak?
About that. You're probably thinking like that because you've lost your memories.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet!
Yeah, okay.
I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is
We don't have
based
to
on true
prove
events,
that it's
huh?
based on true events, do we?
Okay, I understand your attitude toward this
Ugh.
class trial now.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery
I
that
do.
easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
I'd be much happier if he was.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
Oh god, is he the killer and Nagato's gonna string me along this whole fucking fight?
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko. And the first victim in the game, that dead high school girl, is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
Huh?
I don't know what Sato you're talking about.
Okay, good,
but
good. We're all
I don't think
lost.
she's relevant to this case.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
What the heck? Is that a wild
That
connection?
may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
He also has a strange rivalry going on.
No one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Thank you.
Huh? What do you mean, mystery of the game?
My, you don't know. I heard that Girl E got killed.
What? No way! Is that true?
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
My, such awful times we live in.
I can't tell if she's being serious. Did you miss the dying message? Ichizuak. Kazuchi?
You guys are definitely friends.
I missed
The
it.
mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Then let's hurry up and solve it. Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
But he was the one that sat it off, so I don't think he can be the killer. Girlie was killed on the 4th day in Twilight's main storyline. I was able to find out why she was killed by playing the secret storyline, which means it has something to do with the first high school girl's murder. I believe Girlie was the killer.
I see.
The reason
Although
Girl
I'm not
E was
sure how
killed
she
is
did it.
because she killed the first victim in the game.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister.
You're fucking persistent. I don't care what that game said at all. But is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim?
In order to make that clear, we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance. Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
Okay. Oh! Okay, see, that clears up everything, but this was not information I had access to, and I want to be clear about that. Because they would not let me go into the music room. They forced me into the music room. I wasn't able to go into the other room. Okay, so that actually answers how, Sato got out of the room.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans.
Take a shot every time he says fuck. All I have is protein coffee.
Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is a basic.
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus on the case.
Then, I'll start explaining.
Aw, she's sad.
Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor.
Teru's ex is a fork and a knife.
Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor.
Sakura
And she
knows what's
confirmed
up.
the
Protein
sound
coffee
came
is
from
like how you fucking take in your protein. Because otherwise you gotta do it with water, and water... First off, it tastes terrible, because then you're adding this weird chocolate flavor to fucking water. But then also, it just doesn't mix too well, and you gotta shake it up, and then you gotta eat a lot of, like, weird crumblies that just stay in powder form. I just got back from a 3-mile run. That's why.
But the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office. And when the 5 of them were finally able to go inside, they found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing games.
But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Obviously. Girl E was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Not sure how you'd have known that, Ibuki, but okay.
Which means Girl E was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
I'm not sure why we need to prove this.
But Girl D
This seems
was the
totally
one who went to
irrelevant.
the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
Okay.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girl E broke the window and escaped, and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
Based on the details of the game, it's no mistake that Girl... Is Fuyuhiko a girl? No. Based on the details of the game, it's no mistake that Girl E, who was waiting in the hallway, is the killer. Then what did Girl E do after killing the girl inside the music room? I guess I need to clear that up first. I assume she escaped out the window and then went to the other room. Broken vase? Broken vase, probably.
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
She went to the adjacent
To
room,
go
is what I
back to the
assume.
music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall.
I think that's true.
Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
That is true.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
That's wrong.
How was she able to get past those 4 and wait in front of the music room?
She probably used a hidden passageway.
That's wrong, but I like that they threw in the blue one. The clue doesn't have to be in the music room or at the entrance hallway. The clue that somewhere other than those 2 places is the key to breaking through the contradiction.
After she killed the first victim...
Alright, I'm not sure which one it is, so we might take a health hit here.
So how did Girl E get to the front of the music? To go back to the music, you need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the other 4 girls should have been...
I'm going to assume it's broken face window on window shattering.
No, that's wrong.
And not on entrance hall.
First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
So the sound of breaking glass that the 4 girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Uh-huh.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the 4 girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the 4 girls met by the entrance hall.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
That's way stupider than what I thought, but okay.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too.
I see. Now the mystery has been solved.
Wait a minute. The mystery hasn't been solved yet. You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet.
Murder weapon?
Who cares about the murder weapon?
Thank
We
you!
found out who the killer was.
Not cool. I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end.
Oh, god damn it.
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine. Let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need
She
to
said
shit.
she strangled her till she went
I
unconscious.
feel disgusting.
You're the disgusting one.
The weapon is pretty unconventional. The answer was revealed in the game, though. Now then, will you guys be able to figure it out?
Fish tank. An unconventional weapon that also appeared in the game. We're told we can't advance as long as we don't make that clear. Then I'll have to do it. I'll do it. What do you think the weapon is? I have no idea. Was I allowed to lie just now? Now then, there's something I needed to tell you regarding white noise and non-stop debates. You don't get it because you're ungentle, but I'll read this anyway. Some lines of white noise are actually very durable. You won't be able to destroy them one shot. Durable white noise will chip away every time you shoot them with a silencer. But unless you're... I forgot about silencers. Unless you completely destroy them, your time limit will not be replaced. By the way, difficulty set to general, white noise appear. You get the gist, right? It appears the bay's getting together, so I've obtained some very useful information. Heard there's a guy named Gun something. Apparently he has a skill that can increase the power of the silencer. Gun something, I wonder who it is. Fuck you, I don't need to know that. Was I? Yes, you were out of line. I don't care. I'm not gonna befriend Gundam and his hamsters. Fuck you. Oh yeah, it was the stolen swimsuit. Actually, it might have been, to be honest. She might have strangled her with the swimsuit, but I doubt it.
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Think you talked her with the fish tank.
I agree with that.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Yes, the
Why are you
piano.
going even bigger?
How does Sonya know about the fish
The
tank?
investigation conducts universal chaos.
Does the game even
It's
care,
on
or
that
is that
biggest
something I was
scale,
supposed to be
too?
picking up on?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Was there a weapon?
That's
with
actually a
bloodstains on it?
really good point that he
She
made
beat
there.
her to death with her fists.
An unconventional weapon apparently appeared in the game, but it's probably not a single weapon. She might have combined two things and used that. Like, for instance, putting something in some sort of sack and attacking them with... Oh!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
She didn't.
Isn't the cause of death?
Put...
You talked her with the fish tank.
I'm gonna go with fish tank. No. What's the connection between broken fish tank and attacking someone with a fish tank? G game, I wonder.
A weapon inside the music room. What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow?
Think you talked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal...
It's on that big a scale, too.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it? She beat her to death with her fists.
Is it
Weapon
school
inside the music room.
swimsuit on
What about
blood
broken glass?
stains?
Isn't the cause of death? Think you talked her?
That's too big to...
Then the piano.
Why are you going even big?
The investigation conducts universal...
Is it
that
school
biggest-
swimsuit on
with
fish
gravel
tank?
instead.
If it's a weapon that was used to beat, it should have had blood stains.
A weapon inside the music room. What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a...
Think you talked her with the fish tank.
Fuck me!
A
This
weapon
is why
inside
I
the
hate
music
class
room, huh?
trials.
What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Think you talked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Alright, let's think this nonsense
Then
through.
the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it?
She beat her to death with her fist!
I don't know. Why would I know this? Okay. Unconventional weapon. Apparently it appeared in the game, but it's probably not a single weapon. She might have combined two things and used that. Like, for instance, putting something in some sort of sack and attacking with them with that.
A weapon inside the music room, huh?
Alright.
What about broken glass?
Well, we may die
The cause
here,
of death, didn't you talk to her with the fish
but I'm
too
gonna
big
go
to be up in
with,
the
and this is gonna sound
Why are you
insane,
going even bigger?
The investigation conducted.
It's on that big a scale.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
fuck me!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a bloated? Didn't you talk to her with the fish tank?
That's too big to be.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even?
The investigation conducted.
It's on that big a scale.
How about beating her with gravel instead?
I agree.
Yes! Gravel sack!
I got it. The killer must have used gravel to attack the victim.
My goodness. I got it right. And I was just throwing things out there.
I gain a +2 bonus whenever the murder weapon involves a sack.
Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
You're not chosen at all. And gravel is impossible. It's too small to be a weapon.
What if the gravel was put inside some sort of bag?
Pat, what kind of bag?
If the weapon is something that appeared in the game, then so is the bag. And the only thing I can think of is the school swimsuit. If you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
To be honest, that's not that bad.
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the ace attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea!
I don't know about that.
But for the killer, it's an idea that kills two birds with one stone. To make people think the killer is some pervert.
It's not
makes
that
sense
clever.
why
People have been
swimsuits
killed with
stolen.
bags of gravel before.
And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon, it'd have to be
I'm in the middle. I say that was a thing that I had to deal with.
How about it, Monokuma? Are you satisfied now?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved! Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
But the real important talk begins now. Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice. That person was actually Girl D.
Girl D. You're talking about my
This
hero,
is
right?
an entirely unnecessary conversation.
The accomplice?
We did not need to
What
solve
is
that
this?
previous murder.
What does that mean?
The piece of face that became an
Oh,
important
shut up,
clue in
you!
the
You
music
were there for the
murder.
whole thing.
Girl D got rid of it.
At the very least, I know you were there for the whole thing.
Apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D. Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it. And they ended up getting into an argument.
And she felt a rush of anger and ended up killing her.
But she should have had a clear murderous intent. I mean, she choked her out and then bludgeoned her to death.
She probably made her unconscious by accident. And from there, she couldn't go back.
Yeah, she was forced to fill her swimsuit with gravel from the nearby fish tank and beat a girl to death with it, and then stage a murder by sneaking out of a window and knocking over a vase. What else was she gonna do?
I somewhat understand that feeling.
I trust you the least of all of the girls in this game.
You can? That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
But Girl E was also killed by someone on the 4th day. Or the game's last day. I might as well ask just in case. Who do you think killed Girl E?
Fuyuhiko. It was incredibly implied. The guy who felt such a blind rage towards Girl E in the game. Guy F.
I see. It should have been Guy F.
Should have been.
A scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sister.
But Guy F is...
What? It's just a story in a video game, isn't it?
That's all you can say. If that game is telling the truth, it'd be a huge problem.
I'm getting more suspicious that it's not Fuyuhiko just because Nagato was siding against him.
Hey, clear this up for me. Those of you who appeared as characters in the game, do you remember this incident?
That is... I'm terribly sorry, but...
They don't remember. That's obvious. Because their school memories were, like, totally stolen.
Even if I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the killer. No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko.
It could also be you, though.
Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy.
You sure do talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game? Perhaps the two are unrelated.
No, that game and Mahiru's death are probably related to one another. And actually, there's a specific item that was used in both Girl E and Mahiru's murder, and it's a metal bat.
I can prove it with this. I'm not sure the two events are unrelated. At the very least, the killer has definitely played the game. As proof, Mahiru, who was killed in the beach house, and Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed by a blow to the head with a metal bat. There's no way we can ignore that connection.
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim.
I would like to put the screws to Hiyoko, though.
Why don't you confess already? You are the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles. And it's true Fuyuhiko may look suspicious. But don't you think that'd be too obvious?
Yes!
What are you...
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
Trap?
Holy shit, Ventrax! Welcome! It's been a while.
The true killer played that game, and most likely found
Is
out
this
about
blind?
the relationships between the characters.
Pretty blind. Pretty blind, yeah.
That person could be using that knowledge to try to set up Fuyuhiko.
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the game motive as their cover?
Isn't that what happened, Hiyoko?
Huh?
Don't you understand? I'm saying you might be the true killer.
Okay, I don't think it was Hiyoko, but I am willing to go down this route because I would like an explanation.
What is this? Like, I can only laugh. What are you even saying, you nasty toilet-clogging bitch?
Did you find it during Persona or Danganronpa 1? I thought it was before that.
What are you saying, you four-eyed troll? Accusing me of killing Mahiru? You're so mean!
Why do you doubt Hyoko?
Do you know where Hiyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house! I was pushing Mr. Ants all day!
Okay, well, I can disprove that. Whether or not Hiyoko went to the scene of the crime, the evidence should hold the answer. I thought you were part of the near crowd. But I might be wrong about that. That evidence that Nagato investigated on his own.
What are you saying, you
Were footprints on the beach.
Why do you doubt?
Do you know where Hiyoko
Also
was at the
gummies,
beach
but...
house,
But I didn't go to the beach house!
No, that's wrong!
Wait a minute. You should have been at the beach house, Hiyoko.
Not part of the near crowd? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was Persona then.
I didn't!
But these footprints in the sand in front of the beach house,
I don't have such ugly footprints. They're probably Mikan's based on how ugly they are.
Don't decide that based on ugliness.
Huh. They're not Hiyoko's footprints? That's strange. The footprint I collected from your room matches these footprints perfectly.
Collected? I never gave you permission to collect that, you nasty pedo!
Are they the same age?
Plus, the footprints left in the sand were facing away from the beach house, which means when the owner of these footprints went inside the beach house, they used a different entrance.
A different entrance? Are you talking about the door facing the road that Mahiru's body was in? Yes?
Are you saying when that person went inside the beach house, the body hadn't appeared yet?
You've been following since May. Sounds about the time of the original Persona. Okay. There we go. Persona 4, probably.
The door was still accessible when they went in.
And which means
Whoops.
something happened in between those two events. Isn't that right, Hiyoko?
Ah, I remember now. I remember when I went to the beach house.
Oh, you remember it, huh?
So you finally decided to confess.
I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but going for walks in the morning is my daily routine.
Didn't know that.
I've never heard of that daily routine before. And that's when I went to the beach house. I went there on my morning walk.
I see.
Try to avoid you
If
most of
went
the time,
there
if we're
during
being
a
honest.
morning Walk, that doesn't have anything to do with the case at all.
Is this gonna be one of those dumb Akane moments, or is she about to snap?
Don't believe her so easily, dumbass.
Okay.
She's obviously lying.
Huh?
It's a lie?
People who call other people liars are usually liars themselves. If you say I'm lying, prove it. Can you even prove that I'm lying? There's no way a bunch of worthless idiots like you guys would be able to do that.
Gummies! I knew you were there, I just don't suspect you that hard. Oh, letter on Miharu is also helpful, yeah, I guess. Oh, I forgot to compare the handwriting.
Beach house, but only during my morning walk.
Actually, let's check the handwriting right now. Never mind, I can't.
I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Yeah, I
Obviously not.
prefer Danganronpa
Saying I met up
1's
with her when I
cast
never
so
even
far.
saw her? Is this a panel of idiots?
Hiyoko said she went to the beach house only during her morning walk, but that clearly contradicts my evidence that I have in my hand. Should she have gone to the beach house at a different time as well?
I did go to the beach house, but only during my morning walk.
Letter on
I
Mahiru.
didn't go any
Fuck me.
other time.
Then you didn't meet at the beach house?
I'm saying I met up with her. Is this a panel of idiots? I did go to the beach house, but only during my morning walk.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Haha! I can prove you.
Only during your morning walk, huh? Will you still claim that after you take a look at this letter?
I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place and time? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try to not see each other for a while. We don't get enough of her to get a real opinion. I liked Hifumi. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Hiyoko Sayonji.
That letter! It's the one Mahiru had, right?
I see. So Hiyoko was able to arrange a meeting with Mahiru by exchanging letters with her.
What is that letter? I'm serious. I don't know.
Oh, snap! I remember now. I totally saw you.
Yeah, we did.
Huh?
Yeah. At around 3:30,
Me
you
and
were fleeing with
Hajime
tears
met
in
up
your
at the
eyes.
diner around 3 p.m. to go to the beach. I saw you about 30 minutes later, so it should have been around 3:30 p.m.
Yeah.
See. So if she met
Interestingly, I was happy when Mahiru died.
killed her, then ran away afterward, I think 3:30 p.m. is a reasonable time for you to have witnessed Hiyoko.
You're wrong! You're totally wrong!
Now that you mention it, you also passed by the diner, Fuyuhiko. So you should have seen Hiyoko too, right?
No, I didn't. It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I wasn't even paying attention to the beach house. I went straight back to my cottage after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
For some reason, that sounds suspicious too.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Deal with it.
Just leave him alone. It'd be a waste of time to question him any further. Anyway, that letter and cousin
Peko, you better not have been the
testimony
killer,
says
girl.
it all. You were meeting up with Mahiru at the beach house.
Seriously, I don't know. I didn't even write that letter. I'm telling the truth. I really don't know.
Is she really crying? Or is she faking it?
She's probably faking it.
We can assume she summoned Mahiru with the intention of killing her all along.
Uh-huh.
That's why she wrote a letter to let her know where to meet, so the others wouldn't find out. And then you went ahead to the beach house, hid yourself in a specific place. And
Which
waited.
homeroom teacher do I prefer? I don't remember any of them.
There's evidence for that too.
The only place I can think of where Hiyoko is hiding is probably that place, right? A specific item was found that could lead us to assume Hiyoko was waiting there. You didn't like Yasuhiro and Danganronpa, but you didn't like Mahiru.
Here!
The place where Hiyoko was hiding. Are you talking about the closet?
Oh! Obviously King Moron. He was best girl. I remember now.
Yes, that's right. The gummy candy we found on the floor is the evidence. Hiyoko, your favorite candy is gummies, correct?
What's a gummy? I've never eaten something like that before.
I have captured the true character of this mystery. Hiyoko, who summoned Mahiru to the beach house, hid inside the closet like a familiar. When she saw her chance, she attacked her like an evil spirit and left the beach house like a swift wind.
But Hiyoko
We are
miscalculated that
absolutely
Mahiru's
just
body would be
dedicated to
blocking
this
the door at
Hiyoko
that
line
time.
right now, and it's making me wonder if we're not just wasting time and it was totally Fuyuhiko.
Because of that, she was only able to leave from the beachside door and ended up leaving her footprints.
We have presented the proof. My 4 dark devas of destruction didn't even need to come out.
Those teacher you don't like in Personas. Fuck Edogawa.
It's a trap. This is obviously someone's trap.
He is the only character in Persona whose text we have ever skipped on stream.
Who's someone?
On purpose.
Whose trap is it?
It must be that one person. You know, the one with the mask.
I'm pretty sure the mask is irrelevant, actually.
There was a suspicious mask at the beach house, right? Whoever was wearing that could be the real killer.
You're the one who wore that mask and killed Mahiru, right?
There's no way I'd wear such a childish mask. Is your brain fried or something?
That is right. It cannot be Hiyoko. That mask belongs to Sparkling Justice.
Yes, Sonia. We all know it was you, but I don't think you're the killer. Shut the fuck up.
Huh? Sparkling what now? That mask says it all. Sparkling Justice is hiding on this island. Which means the legendary serial killer Sparkling Justice is the one who killed Mahiru.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why, you? If you continue to say such foolish things, I shall tear you limb from limb.
Don't blame Miss Sonia. It's just a difference between cultures. Culture shock, you know?
Hiyoko, why don't you just admit it already?
No,
You're
can
being
we actually go
unreasonably
down this route? Because I think it's more important than putting the screws to Hiyoko.
Oh, why can't you understand? I'm not the killer.
It's true that Hiyoko is suspicious, but there's something strange. Something doesn't make sense. I can't help but feel like we're being directed by someone. I mean, I can't help but feel like we're being directed by Pecco, to be honest. Yellow gummy? Gummy bag? I don't know.
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, that is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru. And afterward, you fled from the beach house.
At the time, the door facing the road was blocked by the body. So you were forced to flee from the beachside entrance.
And that's how you left your footprints.
I don't... Hold on, did Hiyoko really leave that evidence? Because based on what Nagato said after investigating Hyoko's cottage...
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the...
I'm telling you...
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, that is...
And weren't you also hiding in... So that's when you dropped the gummy.
No, that's wrong.
I'm not even sure where the contradiction is, to be honest. I think the assumption is that she has a gummy bag at her house and thus couldn't have dropped the gummy, even though that's stupid and doesn't make sense.
The only one childish enough to eat gummies is that midget over there.
You're a midget too, you know. You're the one who worries about never getting taller.
It's true Hiyoko likes to eat gummies.
I liked it when you introduce yourself to Muroko, and he's like, don't get pregnant, and I'm like, that's the best. Yo, shit, Shadow Swordsman, welcome back.
The brand of gummies you eat.
It was in
only
the
have
bullet
strawberry,
details? I didn't read the
melon,
bullet
grape,
details.
and orange flavors, right?
Huh? But what about the lemon flavor? The gummy at the crime scene is yellow, so it obviously looks like it was lemon flavored. Huh? That gummy is yellow? And it's not mine! The ones I eat don't have any yellow gummies!
Oh, shit. Oh, you fucked up, Pecco.
That's right. None of the gummy
Or
bags
Sonia.
in the cottage had any
One
yellow
of you.
ones.
Or Nagato, I'm not even sure anymore.
We can't assume Hiyoko is the one who dropped that yellow gummy. See? Didn't I tell you? It's definitely a trap! Damn it! Who would set a trap like this? I'll get my revenge! I'm gonna bop you on the head with all my might!
I'm not entirely sure, but before we began, I said I was locking in Fuyuhiko. So, whoever it is, if it's not Fuyuhiko, I'm wrong, even if I accurately predict it, like, 40 minutes into this trial.
Hold on, you little bitch! You think you're in the clear just because of a little gummy? Don't be stupid. I'm not done backing you into a corner yet.
Like, even if I figure it out way ahead of time, if it's not Fuyuhiko, I'm just gonna say I didn't call it. I have no idea where this is going.
We're not done with Hiyoko yet. There's still a huge piece of evidence left.
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of evidence. And we can thank Mahiru for it!
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and blocked the door to the road. Thanks to her, we have the evidence we need.
That's wrong!
That is wrong.
I left those footprints during my morning walk!
Hiyoko's left behind footprints because Mahiru blocked the door to the road by herself? No, that obviously contradicts my clues.
We're not done with Hiyoko yet.
Mostly in that she died instantly.
The footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of evidence. And we can thank Mahiru!
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce of strength.
No. She died instantly, actually.
Mahiru didn't block the door. Her death was instant.
Instant death?
According to my autopsy, yes, there's no doubt that Mahiru died instantly.
If you keep making shit up, I'll fucking kill you!
I'm sorry.
Fuyuhiko, you cannot do that. Only a coward threatens women.
I'm pretty sure her death was instant, too.
I mean, her injury was only a single blow. That's why Mahiru isn't the one who blocked the door. Someone else used her body to block it.
Someone else?
The killer, of course. They're the one who blocked the door with Mahiru's body.
Can we make that assumption? I don't think we can make that assumption.
That's why there were bloody drag marks left
There's
on
still
the floor.
someone that entered the crime scene that we don't know about.
But why did the killer block the door?
Just ask Kyoko. She's the killer after all.
Seriously, that's not true! Let's assume Hiyoko is the killer. Wouldn't that mean she's also the one who dragged the body? If she handled a body that bloody, I think her clothes or skin would have been stained with blood.
Huh? But when I saw her, she was
Pristine. Yeah.
clean.
See? I told you I wasn't the killer! Yay! With this, my innocence has been proven!
No.
I won't let you look down on me.
Oh god, this fucking mechanic. Alright.
We haven't decided that yet.
Hey, Fuyuhiko. Why do you keep insisting that Hiyoko is the killer?
Shut up! I'm telling you, she's the killer! That little bitch is definitely the killer!
Okay, rebuttal showdown. Metal bat, shower room, iron barred window. I'm gonna go with iron barred window, just as a guess where this is going.
If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of.
If Hiyoko moved the body, then she should be covered in blood.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower. The fact that Hiyoko was
I'm
at
dumb.
the beach house can be proven by the footprints in the sand.
But
Did you
now we
get
know
it,
that the
you
shower room
bastard?
doesn't work, so now we know which one we're gonna need. Fuyuhiko hasn't thoroughly investigated the crime scene at the beach house. Then I need to tell him he's wrong by using that piece of evidence.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower.
Allow me to cut through those words. No, washing it off in the shower is impossible, because the shower in the beach house was out of order.
Aha!
Out of order?
Aha!
I'm terribly sorry. I haven't had any time to actually repair it.
Then maybe she took her clothes
Man,
off
this
to
is
move
going
the
so much
body,
smoother
and when
than
she was
last
done,
time
she
because I know what
put
I'm
them
doing
back
now.
up.
Are you saying I did something that perverted?
Hiyoko took her clothes off before committing the murder? No, that would be impossible because first off, she can't get dressed by herself. She wasn't wearing clothes at all. She can't get undressed by herself. Her clothes fuse. Well, actually, no. The real reason is you can't change clothes inside. You can't undress inside of that building. But since you're not giving me that option, I'm assuming you mean she can't get dressed by
I
herself.
see.
Listen to me, Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko mentioned this before.
That's a pretty good description of this game. I can't help it. I can't tie my kimono sash by myself.
Which means
That wasn't high-pitched
Hiyoko
enough
can't
for you,
change
but who
by
cares?
herself. It's impossible for her to put on and take off her clothes.
What?
Oh yeah, she couldn't even tie her sash on her own. That's why she couldn't take a bath and smelled bad.
I didn't smell. It only smelled a little.
You smell bad.
Oh, wasn't changing inside the beach house prohibited in the first place?
Yes! Jesus Christ!
Yes, if you broke the rules, I'm pretty sure Monokuma wouldn't have kept quiet.
Damn right! I'm such a stickler for the rules that even safari park rangers want nothing to do with me.
If she didn't change her clothes, then what did Hiyoko do with the blood that got on her?
Like I've been saying, the blood wasn't on me in the first place, because I never touched Mahiru's body.
Except Mahiru was teaching Hiyoko how to change her clothes, so no, both answers don't work, actually. Best trial in Danganronpa is 4. You and Kyoko just double team Byakuya's ass.
Hey, if you think about it the other way
Oh,
around,
yeah!
does that mean
That
whoever
was Sakura,
covered in
right?
blood is suspicious? Because if so, I believe Akane was soaked with blood when we all met up to go to the beach.
Yes! that this is easily disprovable.
That was because I got beat up by Coach Nekomaru.
I can attest to that.
There we go.
If I hadn't gotten that rough with her, she never would have backed out.
Yep, alright. I figured that was, Akane was a suspect, but I figured we could knock her out with, like, one line.
You got some nerve.
Yeah.
All right, I'll bend your body in half so you're stuck in a bowing position for the rest of your life. That actually sounds pretty cool.
The hell it does!
Hey, more importantly, I'm okay now, right?
You're mostly off the hook.
That I'm not the killer?
Yeah, seems like it.
See? I already told you. There's no way I'd kill Mahiru. Because Mahiru taught me how to wear a kimono. And she was very, very
Mahiru taught me how to wear a kimono, so the answer you give is actually just wrong.
There's no way I would kill a nice person like her. Why wouldn't you believe me earlier? You guys are stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Hyoko, please don't cry. Everything is fine now, right? Shut the hell up, pig barf! I hope you get a hangnail and die!
That would be really funny.
And I'm sorry for being pig barf.
More importantly, Fuyuhiko's behavior earlier was definitely strange. Getting so worked up and accusing Hyoko of being suspicious. Could it be? Does he actually have something else in mind?
Hey, Hyoko. Now that our suspicions have been addressed, can you tell us the truth?
Huh?
Please.
Even though you're not the killer, you still went to the beach house, right?
Like I said, it was a trap.
No, we know.
Yeah, I got that already.
We know.
So, can you give us the details about that trap?
Yeah.
I would like to know too. It might lead to some kind of clue.
Fine. You want me to talk, huh?
Yes.
Earlier this morning, Mahiru was the one who came up to me. She asked if we could meet up later.
Huh? But didn't you say earlier?
Kahaha, she never talked to me at all. Man, what a surprise. I didn't expect you to ask me such an easy question.
Damn it! So that was a lie?
Cause I thought it'd be doubted if I admitted it. So I figured it was better not to say anything.
Yeah.
So, what was your answer to Mahiru's invitation?
She said
I
yes.
told her it was fine. I mean, I didn't have a reason to say no. Unlike everyone else here, Mahiru was someone I wasn't embarrassed to be seen with.
Yeah, but Hyoko is not the sharpest arrow in the quiver.
Have to say something snide.
At the time, we were supposed to meet around 2 p.m., but around noon, there was a letter inside my mailbox.
A letter?
Oh.
Yeah, this one.
It seems I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we've changed the pace? I want you to come to the beach house in the second island. The time is still around the same at 2 p.m. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Mahiru, Koizumi. The most noteworthy thing about this is if you look at the handwriting, it is actually identical to that handwriting. Letter Hyoko received. Added to truth
I saw
books.
this letter and went to the beach house at that time.
Okay, so that means she was there at around 2 then. Letter Hyoko had. Doesn't it clearly contradict her evidence? Contradict her evidence? I mean, it contradicts the Miharu evidence.
I can prove it
Yeah.
with this. This letter. Doesn't it look like its contents are different from the letter Mahiru had?
About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place and time? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m.
Mahiru's letter said to meet at 2:30 p.m.
Mahiru...
Hyoko's letter.
He's talking. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island. The time is around the same at 2 p.m.
Whoa! The meeting times are off.
It's also strange that both letters wanted to change their meeting spot to the beach house. It would be plausible if one of them said it, but for both letters to say the same thing?
Hyoko, since you wrote it, what do you think?
Like I said, I never wrote the letter. How many times do I have to tell you?
It's safe to say the letter was forged by the killer, but which letter did the killer forge? Both letters. He forged both letters. It's the same handwriting.
I see.
What the fuck kind of question is that?
The killer must have forged both letters.
The killer forged them so they could manipulate their actions.
That seems very likely. In fact, if you compare both letters... Confirmed! Just as I assumed, the handwriting is the same. The content of the letters matches too.
Like this part. I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. This part. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. And this part. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. The killer forged both of those letters.
In doing so, they were able to control Hiyoko and Mahiru to do their bidding, like a netherworld puppeteer.
So they completely...
Ugh, that's what all of these games are, really.
Mahiru's killer! How mean! Give me back Mahiru!
Really? This is really terrible. I've offered to help so many times. But the killer this time didn't discuss their plan with me at all. It's all my fault. I'm so ashamed of being unreliable.
If it helps, you were tied up at the
Here
time.
we go again. Once we let our guard down, this happens. We can just lightly punch him to death later.
I agree.
So based on what the letter said, you went to the beach house at 2 p.m., right, Hiyoko?
What's most important is what happened afterward. What on earth happened there?
Logic dive? No, but I have an ability for it.
I fell asleep. Why'd you fall asleep? It's not like I wanted to. I think I was forced to get a whiff of some kind of medicine or something.
Probably not.
Medicine?
I probably will hate it.
That medicine. Could it be? Did they get it from the drugstore? I thought that place seemed unsafe. They even have prescription medicines laying out in the open.
If you were aware of that from the start, you should have done something about it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, come
When I
on.
woke up, I was inside a small closet.
Who would just randomly take
And when
medicine?
I rushed out, I saw Mahiru's body.
And that's why you ran out of the beach house in such a panic.
I was scared. It was really, really scared. Really scared that I couldn't help, but... The killer probably planned to frame Hiyoko from the start. And for that reason, they summoned Hiyoko before Mahiru, put her to sleep, and shoved her inside the closet.
Okay.
So their reason for blocking the door with Mahiru's body was to make Hiyoko leave her footprints as evidence.
Okay.
Everything was done to frame Hiyoko as the killer. That's horrible! I didn't do anything wrong, and I was framed by Mahiru's killer!
Okay, calm down.
Hiyoko, please do not cry. We believe you.
Is it really okay to believe her so easily? She might be faking those tears, you know.
This'll never end if you keep being so suspicious.
Isn't that what a class trial is all about? The only way to survive is to be suspicious. This is where we go to thoroughly doubt each other.
How did we just drop the Fuyuhiko as the killer angle from the beginning?
So if you believe in each other so easily, then there's definitely something wrong with you.
You're wrong, Fuyuhiko. We aren't supposed to doubt each other here. We're supposed to work together. The class trial is where we cooperate with each other, work hard, and aim for victory. The killer and everyone else. Two hopes attempting to grasp the one true hope. Two hopes clashing with each other is poetry in motion. That is what a class trial should be.
We should get like a spray bottle and just like spritz him whenever he starts going crazy.
I'm on the
Like
side
a
of the
cat.
absolute hope that can overcome any despair. And I believe that absolute hope exists at the point where two hopes clash.
Your stance is neither white nor black, but gray. And you do not yearn for your life, or even for victory.
Jeez, I wish he'd just side with the enemy already so I can believe what he's saying.
Let's stop. Believing every little thing Nagito says is a waste of time.
That's why he's my favorite.
Yeah, we need to figure out who Mahiru's killer is.
There should be a new clue contained in what Hyoko has told us. So, let us believe Hyoko's words and discuss it once again with everyone.
Yep. The debate proceeds when you assume you can believe each other. Good job. That's the right way. That's A.
Whoops.
What do you think of that, Monokuma? I'm not gonna let you have the outcome you want.
Exactly.
Hey.
Hajime's my favorite.
Hey. Whoa. He's sleeping.
Dumbasses.
This would be a great time to
Bastards
just
don't
sneak
know
away.
anything. If you're stupid enough to trust each other, the only thing waiting for you is the bitter truth.
The bitter truth. That may be true. Out of the entire cast, I think out of every Danganronpa, I've granted we've only played 2, but out of all of them, yeah, I think just generally Hajime is my favorite. Even so, we can't just stand around here all day. Even if what lies ahead is a cruel ending, the only thing we can do is move forward. Because unless we reveal who among us is Mahiru's true killer, there's no way we'll survive. Oh, that's the halfway point? This one feels shorter, but it's probably because I'm fucking up less.
Well now.
Well then, now that the class trial has reached its climax, I would like to present the answer right here, right now. Huh? You're gonna spoil who the killer is? Boo-hoo-hoo, if I reveal the answer before everyone's ready, they'll all be shocked. They'll all feel despair. You can't! That's seriously a big no-no. But spoiling it right now is innovative, don't you think? The club president and I are powerless against innovation. Who's the club president? So, without further ado, the answer is... Kah, you can't! Everyone else, please close your eyes and cover your ears!
Correct. You say Nanu in German when you're surprised.
You watched the anime of one or played one? I watched the anime and then played the game. So I did both, actually. Huh? I don't know what you're talking about, but somehow it feels wrong to me. Yeah, I would like to save my progress. Thank you very much.
I'm Monami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. To think that the person who killed the wonderful Mahiru Koizumi is in this room. Impossible! Impossible! That's so impossible! There's no way I can believe that! I can't do anything! How annoying! But I'm just gonna believe in everyone. That's the least I can do.
Sure, you do that.
Everyone do your best. Don't lose to yourselves. And don't forget to save regularly.
Can you save in the middle of a class trial?
Well, now that we've decided...
Oh my god, you can. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the original Danganronpa playthrough was 15 streams. This is like stream 5 or 6. We've done 19 stream... What stream? Yeah, this is like 9 or 6, right? We've done like 19 streams in these games, and I just realized I can save. What's wrong? Oh my fucking god! How did this never come up before?
If the killer was luring Hyoko into a trap, then something that was used there might be a clue.
Do you mean the letter?
No, it was probably the gummy.
Huh? Candy can be a clue?
Hey, when you woke up, was the gummy already there?
Now that you mention it, I feel like it wasn't.
Just as I thought.
Just as you thought?
If the killer planted evidence while Hyoko was there, she would have thrown it away if she found it.
Which means The gummy was placed inside the closet after Hiyoko fled from the beach house?
The killer returned to the scene of the crime? After I left?
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as they hid somewhere within the beach house.
It wasn't Sonia, right?
That's impossible! There's nowhere to hide! I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away, but there was nobody there.
Okay.
And does that mean the killer came back?
I wonder. At any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened. That's what I think.
I want to play a new game. Is that what you're thinking? No. No, I hate all of the class trial games. If so, we're prepared. The perfect product for you. Jeez, oh no. You will dive into your own brain and logically discern the mysterious answer from several questions. It's called the Logic Dive. During the Logic Dive, you will control a version of yourself created from an image within your brain. Your task is to reach the goal, the final destination of the Synapse course. You can move sideways with the mouse and accelerate with the control key. Press the right mouse button to brake and the left mouse button to jump. There will be various obstacles you will encounter as you progress through the course. Make sure you're familiar with these controls so you can reach the game. On your journey, you will take damage every time you fall into a gap or bump into a wall. Also, upon reaching a certain point, there will be branching questions in the course. The answer is split into different paths. Please proceed down the path of the answer you think is correct. Branching questions will appear several times in one course. Please be careful. I highly recommend that you make good use of the brake. That's my meddlesome advice for you. If you press the escape key during the Logic Dive, you can review the controls. Oh shit! You know it's gonna be bad when fucking Maid's like, you are gonna hate this. She's right. This might be a very important problem. If the killer tampered with the evidence after Hiyoko ran away from the beach house. After the killer ran away from the beach house, when did the killer arrive and depart the beach house? And if they hid inside the beach house, where would they have been hiding? Hiyoko said nobody was hiding in the shower room. Think? If I just focus and think about it, I'm sure I'll be able to find the answer. Alright, I'm going to do it. I don't know. That's a good question, I guess. Mouse's move. Oh god, mouse's move. Control is accelerate. Right mouse button is brake. Jump is left mouse button. Oh, it's snowboarding. Yeah, right? Okay. Booyah! When did the killer arrive at the beach house? After Hiyoko, before Hiyoko? Would have had to have been before Hiyoko, right? Sure you can't use the keys? I can use the keys. I know I can. I already tested it. But I don't think it's gonna help that much, to be honest. When did the killer leave the beach house? Probably after Hiyoko left, right? I assumed before, but let's go with after. Because that's what the game is prodding me to say. Oh, shit! Okay. Oh. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I did it again. All right. I'm gonna be honest, I'll read chat when we're done with this. Where did the killer hiding while Hiyoko was unconscious? The beach or the beach house? Well, she left, probably the beach. The beach. The beach. The beach. Wasn't the beach, it was the beach house. Yeah, I was not aware that those were ramps, to be honest. Yeah, okay. Alright. Alright. Now, what was chat saying? Let's see. Here, go on. It's better in VC's version. You'll give that keys. You sure can't use keys. Sometimes it can be fun. The worst one is the last one in the game. That's good. Honestly, this game is easy. It's not that bad. Don't get ahead of yourself like that. I always get ahead of myself, and those ramps let you jump automatically. Alright.
It's all coming together.
Is it? You know what? It wasn't that
You
bad.
spent all that time
I'm going to
thinking
hate it
just
in the
to say
future,
something
I'm
so
sure.
Pointless. How disappointing. Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have to explain it in another language so you can understand?
Her personality got a hell of a lot more forceful once she stopped being a suspect.
No, there should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't look, Hiyoko.
What are you saying? Stop being annoying or I'm gonna make Akane bop you on the head and shut you up for good.
I really don't want that to happen to me. I need to answer by any means. The place where the killer was hiding, the place where Hiyoko hasn't looked is... the potted plant. I don't know, the refrigerator? They'd freeze.
Crap!
Okay, was it the room with her?
Here!
Yeah.
The killer was probably hiding in the closet.
The closet? That's where I was locked up.
After you woke up, you said you rushed out of there, right? And you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully.
But could two people even hide in such a small place? And without Hiyoko knowing?
That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place.
The killer made sure to arrange a hiding place in advance. I can only think of one place. That's right, the place where the killer was hiding inside the closet was... wetsuits! One of these bags? It's either the wetsuit or one of these bags, right? Or up top? I don't know. I legitimately don't know. Wait a minute. I see. They thought of this. Alright, I'll say wetsuits.
Crap!
Alright. That's okay. Up top.
Crap!
No. In a bag.
Crap!
Alright, I see where this is going. In a different bag.
Crap!
Alright. I don't know. Why would I care? Ah, God. Alright, I feel like I've clicked on everything, to be honest. Whatever that is. I don't know what that is. I actually don't even know what I just clicked on.
The surfboard case in the closet. I'm pretty sure they could have hidden in there.
Huh? Inside the surfboard case?
But the shelf it was on, it was pretty messy, don't you think? 2 surfboards were stacked on the top shelf. And there were surfboards that weren't even in a case. The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place.
I actually didn't even know what that was.
We haven't been on this
It
island
looked
that
like
long,
a muffin.
So the closet shouldn't have been that messy.
Then the killer was close to me during that time?
Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you.
It's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak.
Don't you mean it's always darkest under the lighthouse?
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak.
Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hiyoko left, they finally left the surfboard case.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody asked what you think.
There's no way the killer would leave Hiyoko by herself if they were trying to frame her. If Hiyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence the killer had planted, it would have messed up their plan. Instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was
You know,
hiding
it
in the
seems
beach
like
house.
everyone in these series always gets got because they're trying to frame someone else instead of just walking up to a guy, just stabbing him a couple times, and then walking off.
Just stand still and let me punch ya! Oh, you shut up. Then, grit your teeth.
Sorry, Akane. It's not like that. Hey, Monokuma. Can I ask you about something that seems strange to me?
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future is always directing the flow of history.
I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover a body, right? Is the killer also included among those 3 or more
Oh my
people?
god, thank you for asking that. I've been wondering that since this trial began.
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that is basically what it's supposed to be.
You don't sound very articulate.
Jeez, you're pretty annoying for noticing something like that. I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction. It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? I understand your excuse, but depending on who actually found the body, it's possible that your 3 or more people rule could be deadly.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond to situations with some flexibility.
Flexibility, huh? So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer or not?
This is a very important question.
Jeez, fine. You want me to say it?
Thank you.
It doesn't include the killer this time, okay?
Which means 3 people other than the killer discovered Mahiru's body.
Yup.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
What do you mean, what's
I
wrong
just
with that,
thought
you
it was
fucking
somewhat
idiot?
Strange. More importantly, let's get back to our original topic.
You're the one who went on a tangent.
We were just saying the killer was hiding in the surfboard case, right?
And after Hiyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed any further, there's something we have to make clear. The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hiyoko ran away. But what about the blood?
Now that you mention it, that mystery hasn't been solved yet.
It's going to be all right. If you guys have come this far, I'm sure you can discover that answer too. Now, let's start the argument, shall we?
Oh god, can we not argue? I shall explain the final feature in the non-stop debates. You saying final feature, and I don't believe you. From this point forward, you'll be able to use the truth flashback. If you hold... Oh, okay. Oh, this is where the game gets mildly annoying. Hold down the left mouse button. Left mouse button. On the shape of the reticle will change. If you aim at the remarks weak spot and keep it, you'll memorize it. Okay, I should read this to make sure. Memorized phrase can be fired once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change it to a different cylinder, the truth bullet will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or mistake in your available truth bullets, it might be best wise to memorize a different spot. When's the best time to use flashback? Well, just have to trust your wits, won't you? By the way, you will not be able to agree with anyone while using a truth flashback. Okay. Please remember that it's only effective when refuting points. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, that's good. Alright, so they didn't actually change this feature, so it's not going to be that bad. I'm going to assume shower room isn't the answer to any of these.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right?
They could have used the beach.
So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
What about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they use something other than the shower,
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and floosh.
Okay, probably not
As
that.
someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet.
Yes.
maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
If I use Shaky's opinion, I might be able to break through the contradiction.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to.
What about the... Maybe they wore one when they...
If they use something other than the shower,
Got
What
it.
did they do with the bloody wetsuit? They cut it up and...
As someone who flushed, it would definitely clog.
maybe it's the other. Perhaps someone other. Maybe they
You
were
know-
able to wash it off.
In a narrative, this makes no sense.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
No, that's wrong.
Like, you do realize I'm literally using information from the future
If they just needed to
to
wash
counter a
off the
point
blood,
in the past.
they didn't necessarily have to use the shower. They could have just as easily used something else.
Something other than the shower. Like what?
Like the ocean? Like the ocean. Oh, the drinks inside the refrigerator? That's retarded. Why can't it be the ocean? Okay. So it is, in fact, the drinks inside the refrigerator.
I see.
Sure, why not?
Drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood?
I've seen through it.
In theory, then, that's impossible.
Why?
Try to remember.
Pecco,
the
please
individual
don't be the one that did this.
and then you will understand that there's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used.
Rebuttal showdown. Trash can. I'm gonna go with trash can.
It's true there were drinks
Oh,
in the beach house refrigerator. However, one bottle drink wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down! We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles in the refrigerator.
Allow me to cut through those words.
gotcha, girl.
There were water bottles inside the refrigerator.
How many times do I have to tell you? There were no water bottles in there whatsoever.
That was after the incident, right? But before the incident, there were water bottles in the fridge. And the killer took all of those water bottles and used them to wash the blood off their body.
So you're saying the water bottles were gone? Because they were all used? That's a logical fallacy.
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence inside the trash can. Evidence like a lot of thrown away plastic water bottles. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
Ah, you're right. These bottles look like they may have been filled with water.
Well, now that you mention it,
Okay.
when I went to the beach house a few days ago, I feel like I drank one of those plastic water bottles.
You should have said so sooner.
Then, the plastic water bottles were used in place of the shower.
Dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to understand explanation.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Now that I think about it, if they soaked their entire body with a bunch of plastic water bottles, they did that, that person would
Seems
be...
you've realized who the killer is. See? Just as I thought.
Hold on. You know who the killer is?
Is that true?
Let me ask, who might that be?
Oh god. The killer used plastic bottle waters to wash off the blood that splattered on them. That killer, Miharu's killer, must be someone among this group. Right before I discovered Miharu's bottle, I met... Say, what kind of swimsuit... That's not your voice. Say, what kind of swimsuit do you think Miss Sonia will wear? Since she's a foreigner, how about a bikini? Who are you calling flustered? Don't make false accusations, you bastard. That's a strange combo. Hello, today is another wonderful day. Well... Hey, isn't that Yoko? My, how disappointing. I thought if I came here early, I'd be the first one to arrive. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Hajime and Kazuchi, why are you two here? It's to prevent sunburn. I do not want my skin to be damaged. Is there a killer among them? Fuck!
You're the only one! Peko, is it you?
Hey, what are you being quiet
Please
for?
dispute
They're
this.
accusing you of being the killer.
Then I should ask you this. Why do you believe I'm the killer?
I remember when we were all meeting up
No,
together-
I'm just
Your
annoyed.
appearance when you came to the diner.
Hajime and Kazuchi, why are you two here? Hey, aren't you breathing pretty heavily? I just did a little swimming.
If the killer really did wash the blood off with water bottles, they'd have to drench their entire body. But there were no towels in the beach house, and it would have taken a while for the water to fully air dry. So you said you went swimming so you'd have a cover story.
Don't just stay silent. Say something. Hold on, you bastard. You saw her at the diner. You never saw her near the beach house, right? So maybe she really was swimming.
No one even saw her swimming.
No. I saw her.
Huh?
Why are you protecting her?
After I ran into you bastards at the diner, I crossed paths with her on my way home. So there's no doubt. She would have arrived at the diner from the opposite direction of the beach house.
Hold on.
Yeah, but nobody
That's
trusts
strange.
you.
Didn't you just say this earlier?
It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I didn't even pay attention to the beach house. I went straight back to the hotel after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
You told me you didn't see anyone. Don't try to tell me you forgot about that.
Not so fast. It's too soon to decide she's a killer. We haven't established how the killer was able to leave the beach house.
Window.
Now that you mention it, you're right.
The roadside door was blocked. And if it's impossible to leave from the beachside without leaving footprints, then how the fuck did the killer escape?
Why are you all fired up, Fuyuhiko? You're not the suspect. Peko is.
Who cares about that? Answer me! If you have an explanation, then show me what you got!
We might have an answer.
Do you really? This mystery seems unsolvable.
It's not.
Well, if Peko is the killer, then I might just have an answer to that mystery.
I see. Then let's hear this alleged method of escaping the beach house.
Oh, God.
First, let's establish how the killer escaped.
The killer's escape route. I might know what it was. In fact, the only possible thing I can think of is that opening.
I see! If the roadside and beachside doors aren't an option, the only other thing I can think of is... Well, nothing really. Except that small window in the shower room.
Don't you know how high that window is?
I mean, it's only
There's
9
no way
feet
Peko
and
could
she's
have
fucking
reached it.
Peko.
But what if, for instance, she got help from someone?
She might have reached it by riding someone's shoulders, but then that person
Like, the
would've
game
been
is
left
really
behind.
playing up how high that window is, but I'm gonna be honest, you can just jump 9 feet.
Is it possible an object was used? A rope, for instance?
And what happened to the rope after they used it? And don't say something stupid like they threw it outside.
Of course not! That would violate the school trip rule!
Like, I'm sure that's not the answer, but... Yeah, littering, whatever, who cares?
Littering is prohibited. Even if it might be evidence, rules are still rules.
You see? There's no way they'd be able to escape from that window.
I can jump 9 feet.
No, they just have to use an object.
Chiaki, don't fall asleep on us! We just said they couldn't use an object!
You did? I thought you were saying they couldn't dispose of an object.
I see. You don't have to throw it away if you can just hide it somewhere on your body.
Someone like Akane could, no joke, just run and climb out. Yeah. Here's the thing. Akane claims she can't, but again, I'm going to remind everyone that it was stated to be 9 feet. So the people that could have like, as big as the claim is that no one could have jumped that high, Nekomaru, Akane, and Peko could have all easily have jumped that high. Easily. I could easily jump that high. All that would be required is someone to jump 9 feet, place their hands on the window, and then have enough upper body strength to perform a pull-up. I could do that in my sleep, and I'm not the ultimate anything.
Huh? Pekka was wearing a swimsuit, remember? Where would she even hide an object? And if you say she hid it in her special place, I'll stab you in yours! No! Please don't be violent!
Even if the victor used an object to escape out the window, they wouldn't be able to get rid of it. So the only thing I can think of is that the killer must have hid it somewhere. If that's the case, no. Maybe it was an object they didn't have to hide. If so, I feel like I'm starting to see something. Oh shit, alright. What's the suck button? That was dumb. I know I can. Well, I don't know how to spell, apparently.
I got it! Peko, you carry that bamboo sword on your back at all times, right? If I recall correctly, you had it then too. Despite the fact that you had a swimsuit on, you were still wearing your bamboo sword.
Are you saying she used that bamboo sword to escape through the window?
Yeah. Peko used that bamboo sword as a step stool and escaped out the window.
Sword as a step stool? You see? I knew it! I knew it was a ninja!
Yeah, you said it.
A ninja could have climbed that easily. Ninjas know a climbing trick where they lean their sword against a wall and use the handguard as a step stool. Wow! Just like a Japanese ninja!
Miss Sonia, ninjas only exist in Japan.
Well, it is a bamboo sword, but I'm sure.
Actually, I think there are 3 schools in America.
Use it to climb.
Well, Peko, do you have anything to say?
Now the time has come for the panicked... Oh, shit. God damn it. Let's talk about Fever Time and Nega Time. From this point on, you'll be able to use Fever Time pressing space button during the PTA. When Fever Time is activated, the tempo will be pushed to its max, but that's not all. You won't miss during Fever Time either. By pressing left mouse button when applicable, you can destroy your opponent's verbal assault. but only until the focus gauge runs out, so make sure to use your best time orders for. You're not the only one who can get the upper hand. There's something called Mega Time that your opponent can use too. You know you have to hold and release, not tap it, right? Fuck, who cares? Your opponent activates Mega Time, your tempo marker will disappear, making it be difficult to press the buttons in rhythm. So in that case, please time the rhythm, not with your eyes, but with your ears and your passionate heart. If you can't clear it, you can always change the difficulty setting. I'm not going to tell them that they'll have to redo the class trial for that chapter if they do that. Ha 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 ha. Well then, good luck, have fun.
Hold
on! Yes! Fuck you, game!
You're saying she used her sword as a step stool and went out the fucking window? Then what about the sword? It would have been left in the shower room, and she wouldn't have been able to recover it. Dumbass.
Hey, Lisa Graceful. You made it for the ending.
Why do you even care?
Shut up! Just shut the fuck up and answer me! If you have an answer, then fucking give it to me! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind!
Fuyuhiko, why are you...
Got proof, you bastard? I'll sell your fucking organs! That's obviously impossible! You're pissing me off! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me!
Okay, so you can't still lock on with the right mouse.
Got proof, you bastard? Shut up! Shut up! Shut bastard! Don't fuck with me! You're pissing me off! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Bastard! Got proof, you bastard? I'll sell your fucking organs!
Oh, I get it.
You're pissing me off! Don't fuck with me!
The answer is no, I didn't know you hold it, because I'm not really reading.
Bastard! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Got proof, you bastard? I'll sell your fucking organs! That's obviously impossible! You're pissing me off! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool...
Bamboo... Oh god, no. Sword. It was sword bag. Oh, fuck.
Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? Shut up! Shut up! Shut bastard! Don't fuck with me! You're pissing me off! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! If she used
Alright,
the
bamboo sword
step
bag.
stool, this is the end.
There we go.
If she used her bamboo sword as a step stool, she could have recovered it with her sword bag. When she leaned her sword against the wall to use as a step stool, she tied her sword bag to it. And after she climbed up to the window, as long as she hauled the bag up toward her, she would have been able to recover her bamboo sword.
I see. Not just the bamboo sword, but even the sword bag, too. She used them both to escape. Akane said she's like a ninja, but it's nothing as silly as that.
And I will.
Simply put, only Peko could have performed this feat. An escape plan befitting of the ultimate swordswoman.
Again, it's 9 feet in the air.
Even so, how disappointing. If you'd only let me work with you, it would have been an even greater plan. No, you just back off!
Is it true? Did you kill
Hold on! You're just making assumptions! You don't have any proof. I won't accept this unless there's proof! Got it, you bastard?
It's fine.
Huh?
I said it's fine. Saying anything more would just be an exercise in futility.
Ah, God, this is really irritating to me. She admitted it just now, right? She admitted she's Mahiru's killer, right? But is this right? Even though Fuyuhiko was the one arguing with us, Peko just admitted it so freely.
Among flowers, the cherry blossom. Among men, the samurai. I commend your decisiveness, at least. Very well. If you admit it, this ends now. Let's cast our votes.
Agreed. Hurry up and vote.
Hold on. Let me confirm.
Oh, thank God!
Can it wait until after the voting?
This is important, and it relates to the voting. It's about Peko's motive.
Thank you!
My motive?
In the end, you had no connection to the events depicted in Twilight Syndrome murder case, right? Then, why did you kill Mahiru?
So it's about that. Let's see. If I must answer that question, I must say it was for the sake of justice.
Oh, fuck you, game.
Justice?
In order to protect the justice of this world. I do not sully my hands to satisfy personal grudges. There is only one reason I kill. For the sake of protecting justice.
What are you saying?
Justice is what makes humans human. It's a virtue that human beings should be proud of. Justice is the eternal sun and the enduring moon, the protective father and the smiling mother.
Hello! Earth to Peko!
If justice ever disappeared from this world, the world would immediately freeze and people's smiles would vanish. I will not allow that.
It's fine. Just stop it.
Justice must always be there to guide us, to shine bright above our heads.
I'm telling you to stop it!
So I must fight. I must continue to fight to protect justice.
Could she be?
As the light of justice shines upon my mask, I expose the hearts of malevolent evil. Justice complete!
God damn it.
The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling justice! Now then, let's execute justice!
What? What the fuck?
Peko, what are you doing?
I am sparkling justice. In the name of sparkling, shining justice, I have come to deliver justice.
What's going on? What's this? Chill.
Peko finally snapped! Everyone, please be careful. Sparkling Justice is a serial killer who claims to be an ally of justice. Clad in her various hero masks, she is a serial killer who exclusively targets other criminals. She is supposed to be... but...
Huh? An ally of justice? So that's why you're wearing a mask.
This mask is the dividing line, just like various idols. The sun is revered because it lies just beyond your grasp. Justice should also be the same.
I don't get it, but this is becoming really crazy.
Peko is the killer? Why is it turning out like this?
This is turning out to be a surprising turn of events. Hey! Now's not the time for you to be sleeping. Take a look. It's a killer.
This again?
Huh? Sleepwalking?
Yeah, this again, Monokuma.
So what's your answer to my previous question? Why did you kill Mahiru?
This world must always be bathed in the light of justice. I must not allow even one shadow. Evil must be eliminated immediately. No matter what, I must not overlook evil.
Evil? Are you saying Mahiru is...
If you knew about that incident, then you must have played the game. Am I right?
And because of that, I was able to find the killer's accomplice hiding on this island like a sewer rat.
Then, the reason you killed Mahiru was...
To protect justice, of course. In order to protect justice, I have become its merciless sword and executed justice.
Holy crap! She's such a stereotypical psychopath!
She's so gross!
Peko, is this your true identity?
My true identity? I have already forgotten who I am. It just shows my determination. My determination to protect by throwing away what's most important. I'm willing to become anybody to shower this world with justice.
Oh, I can't stand this anymore! Let's just end this farce already!
End it? He's right. We need to end this already. The killer in the end, there's no mistake that it was Peko all along.
Let's go over this incident one more time and then let's end this.
The morning of the incident, Mahiru met... Oh yeah, we can go this far. Alright, there we go.
The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke to Hyoko. Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, the video game provided to us as the motive. She probably wanted to discuss it with someone else who also appeared in the game as a character. Hyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation, and they promised to have a more detailed conversation about it later. However, someone else overheard their exchange. The killer. The killer eavesdropped on their conversation and used their promise to devise a specific murder plan. By preparing a specific item, they planned to manipulate the two's actions. That item was the letters. they sent fake letters to both Mahiru and Hyoko.
It probably wasn't
The letter
RNG.
Mahiru received told her to come to the beach house at 2:30 p.m. And the letter Hyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 p.m. By providing different times, the killer was able to lure them to the beach house separately. Hyoko totally trusted that letter, showed up at the beach house at 2 p.m., just like it said, and was drugged into unconsciousness by the killer lying in wait. After putting Hyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet so they could frame her as the killer later. At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived at the beach house. She was completely unaware that she had been targeted for murder. Approaching her from behind, the killer struck the defenseless Mahiru with a specific weapon, the metal bat that was left at the scene of the crime. The bat was brought down onto the back of Mahiru's head, and with that, she took her last breath. According to Mikan's autopsy, Mahiru died instantly, so she probably never knew who killed her. With that, the killer achieved their goal of killing Mahiru and began to tamper with the crime scene. They dragged Mahiru's body so that it blocked the door leading to the road. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime was something the killer personally left. I'm not really sure why. My guess is it's something similar to a calling card. That's how the crime scene we discovered was created. However, by moving Mahiru's body, the killer got blood splatter on them. Plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order, so they couldn't wash it off. But the killer expected something like that to happen. Instead of the shower, the killer used something else to wash the blood off their body. They used plastic water bottles that were inside the beach house refrigerator. We can assume they carried the bottles to the shower room before the sequence of events had happened. In place of showering, they washed the blood off their body with water bottles instead. However, they had no choice but to dispose of the empty bottles in the beach house's trash can. Littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time to throw them away somewhere else. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid in a specific spot inside the closet Hyoko was in. The killer hid inside the surfboard case that they had already emptied beforehand. After some time had passed, the sleeping drug used on Hyoko wore off, and she woke up. I can imagine how badly Hyoko must have panicked when she came out of the closet. I mean, she made plans to see Mahiru, who lay dead right in front of her. From the shock and panic of being considered a murder suspect, Hyoko fled from the beach house. Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. Everything was a trap set by the killer to frame her. After Hyoko left, the killer finally came out of the surfboard case and placed a gummy that they brought with them to shift our suspicion toward Hyoko. Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our suspicion toward Hyoko. Finally, the killer began preparing to escape from the beach house. They couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the sand, so they escaped the beach house using a different route, the small window in the shower room. However, that window is rather high up and can't be reached easily, which is why the killer used the bamboo sword they always carry with them. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag, tied the bag to the sword's handle, and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window while holding the sword bag in their hand. As long as they're able to reach the window, all they had to do was pull the bag to retrieve the sword. And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. There also weren't any towels at the beach house. So when the killer met up with us, they said they had been swimming for a while as an excuse. So how about it? This is the truth behind the incident you caused. Isn't that right, Heko Pekoyama?
I see.
And what of it? She's like totally cool with it.
I haven't done anything to be ashamed of.
What are you saying?
punished evil in the name of justice. That's no reason to condemn me.
Whatever. Let's hurry up and vote so we can freaking kill this weird, crazy bitch.
There's no way you can kill me.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Justice can never be killed. You should all know that as well.
What are you saying?
To protect what's most important to you, you must be prepared to throw away something equally important. Understand?
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Then I shall be direct. Justice must carry on. In order to keep justice, to keep me alive, you all must give up your lives.
Are you serious?
It's not serious. It's justice. If I fall here, who will combat the evils of this world? Now, follow your hearts of justice that reside within you all, and save my life to protect justice. Hurry and carry on justice.
Give me a break! Who's gonna die for you?
If we let Peko go, we're all gonna get killed! For the sake of grand justice, a few sacrifices are unavoidable.
A few sacrifices? That's...
Don't worry. The justice that you give your life to protect will never go to waste.
I can't stand her anymore. Let's vote already and execute her.
However, before we do that...
Monokuma, the vote! Hurry up and let us vote already!
I'm awake!
Ah, he finally woke up.
I've heard your story. Well, I wasn't listening, but who cares? Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Such heart-pounding excitement!
Well, fuck. I am really beginning to hate this game.
Pardon me, can we please have a little more time?
No! Fucking kill her already. Fuck.
Pardon me, can we have a little bit more time?
Because
Please
that
let
was
us continue
bullshit.
our
There was no
discussion.
way to predict that.
Continue our discussion?
Like,
But
I'm
isn't
not
the
even gonna
voting
try and
over?
figure out the mystery anymore because the game doesn't care and I don't care.
Yes, but I cannot help but feel strange. Something about
Because
this
it's not a
is
mystery
definitely
game.
strange.
There's no evidence. She just spontaneously turned into a serial killer. She doesn't even have a real motive. If she had a motive, she should have fucking killed Nagato, who she knew for a longer time was a murder accomplice, but he's been tied up in a fucking room and she could have killed him months ago. Well, days ago. I don't give a fuck about the thong. I don't give a fuck about Keko. I don't
What
give
do
a
you
fuck
mean?
about any of these
There's no
characters.
doubt
I'm just
that
fucking
Peko
done.
is the killer.
That is true. However,
As a serial killer enthusiast, you're wondering if Petco is really sparkling justice, am I right?
Hey, Miss Sonia isn't a serial killer enthusiast. She just has a little more passion about them than most.
That makes her an enthusiast.
Honestly, it felt strange to me too. I mean, there's a distinct difference between what we know about sparkling justice and Petco, right?
Distinct difference?
You know, Sonia describes sparkling justice like this.
justice complete. The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling justice!
What the heck was that? That is Sparkling Justice's catchphrase. An unknown serial killer has a catchphrase? I read it in a magazine in the library. There was only ever one person, a journalist, who has interviewed Sparkling Justice. The article was written in their native language, so I tried translating it. I see, that's what it was. I think I've got the difference between the serial killer and Peko. Sonia said she tried translating it, which means the difference is... nationality?
I see.
Yeah.
That's right. According to what Sonia said,
The article was written in their native language, so I tried to translate it.
If she had to translate it, that means it wasn't written in English, right?
Huh? Yes, the magazine I read was written in Spanish. So, Sparkling Justice's catchphrase was no doubt written in Spanish as well. Which means the journalist and Sparkling Justice are both...
From Spain?
What?
All this time, I completely misunderstood. When I first heard about those serial killers, Genocide Jack and Sparkling Justice, I just assumed both serial killers were from the same country. But that wasn't the case. If so...
Peko, you're not Sparkling Justice. There's no way that's possible.
Or, if you insist that you're Sparkling Justice, can you try saying that catchphrase in Spanish?
Would you be able to do that?
Okay, so is Peko not the serial killer? And if so, is Peko not the killer of Mahiro, whatever, I don't even care. And if she's not, then that means that then the killer's someone else, and this entire fucking Sparkling Justice nonsense was just an even further waste of my goddamn time. So my feelings are utterly unchanged regardless of the outcome.
It appears that the time has come for this mask to come off. However, that's perfectly fine. It's no longer necessary. And even if you find out now, it's too late for you all to do anything about it. My duty has already been finished. My duty as a tool has already been completed in full.
Uh-huh. Looks like she's back to normal?
That mask has fulfilled its purpose, just as I have.
What do you mean? Fulfilled its purpose? Too late? What are you getting at?
Now that you've already cast your votes, is what it means.
Hey, be clearer! We're asking you what your purpose was.
I have no purpose. I am just a mere tool.
Tool? What do you mean?
She called herself a tool, which means someone else used her then?
Of course. A tool cannot do anything on its own.
I see. I finally understand. Well, I did have a sneaking suspicion all along.
What do you mean?
I mean, besides Peko and Kyoko, someone else was also at the beach house.
Someone else?
There is proof that establishes that fact. Try to remember it.
The proof that there was one more person at the scene of the crime was the body announcement.
I see.
Are you talking about the body discovery announcement?
Yep, that's right. I mean, didn't Monokuma say so earlier?
Jeez, fine. You want me to say it? Doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
That announcement is made when at least 3 people discover a body. And in this particular case, the killer, Peko, is not one of those 3. If that's the case, it would mean only Hyoko and Kazuichi discovered the body, but...
I see. That leaves us one person short.
So that means there was one more person in the beach house.
Plus, the fact that Monokuma tried to hide that truth from us by being flexible with his own rules. That's such a vital clue that it could alter the outcome of the trial. Like an accomplice, for example.
No, that's not it.
Huh? Am I wrong?
Yes, from your basic way of thinking about it, you are wrong. Didn't I tell you? I'm just a tool. That means I'm just a simple tool to be used by that person.
Therefore, that person would have the strongest motive out of anybody else here, right?
You're the only one! Is it Fuyuhiko?
I see. Now I finally see the connection. The connection between the
You
motive
mean
and
the
incident.
motive in the incident?
But even if it's the motive, it's just a game, right? There's no reason to believe it's even true. Would you call a game like that a strong motive?
No, the events that occurred in the game should have definitely occurred in real life. In order to show that off, Monokuma gave us something. Which is, of course, the pictures. I can't give the entire... Oh, the ending prize. Okay. I can give it to them. I didn't know if I could.
I didn't think it was necessary to confirm it if it didn't have anything to do with Mahiru's murder, but there's no doubt that game is based on actual events. That much is clear if you saw the ending prize. The photos awarded for beating the game are not actual in-game screenshots. They're all actual photos, with the surrounding scenery cropped out. You knew all along, Fuyuhiko, didn't you? You knew whether or not the first victim in the game was actually your little sister, right? Because whoever beat the game first and received the ending prize.
Hey, what's that envelope? What's inside? Shut up! What makes you think you have the right to question me?
It was the envelope, right? The person who received the ending prize. It was you, wasn't it?
If you were shown a photograph of your sister's dead body, you'd have no choice but to believe it. Even so, you wanted to deny the truth. That's why you sent those photos to Mahiru to confirm it.
Hey! Why are we talking about Fuyuhiko? Who cares? Because Peko is the killer, right? But he already voted.
That's why I told you. You're all too late. As I said before, I exist as nothing more than a tool. I had no motive for killing Mahiru. No reason to kill. Not even the will to kill. I was simply used as a tool. As long as I am a tool, I cannot define.
I feel like Monokuma doesn't care.
Hey! What's going on? Can anyone give me a simpler explanation?
It means I'm not the killer. The true killer, who used me as their weapon.
Yeah,
to
I
kill
don't think
Mahiru
Monokuma's gonna
Koizumi,
accept that answer.
was Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu.
What?
What the hell?
I see. That's what you were aiming for all along.
No, I have no aim. But my young master does. My young master planned this from the start.
Young master?
That is the truth of this case. I'm sure you realize it by now, but it's too late. You cannot undo the vote.
That's a problem. If Peko's allegation holds up, that means our vote was incorrect.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
In that case, the person who gets to live is...
Just... me?
That's nuts! No matter how you look at it, that's completely insane!
How would Peko be a tool in the first place? Peko is a legitimate human being!
That's not for you to decide. It's for Monokuma. The votes have been cast. All we can do now is wait and see what Monokuma decides.
What the hell?
I'm in a bind. And what a bind it is. I guess for now, let's take a quick recess. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Ahem. Although there were some twists and turns along the way, the one who killed Mahiru Kuzomi is... hold on a sec. Okay, I'll wait. So sorry, I'm just hesitating. There's no reason to hesitate. No matter how you look at it, Peko's the killer. Why?
Hey, hey!
Why? Well, that's obvious. You're not a tool, you're a friggin' human being.
Well,
If I'm a human, then I'm not a tool. If that's what you're saying, you're wrong.
you just don't
Because
know.
you just don't know. You just don't know that there are people who exist only to be tools. People such as myself. Only exist to be tools?
Hey,
What does she mean, Fuyuhiko? Peko and I grew up together. Are you two childhood friends then?
No.
No, it's completely different than that. Right after I was born and abandoned by my parents, the Kuzuryu clan took me in. They gave me a reason to exist. I'm to fulfill my duty as my young master's property.
What?
Property, you say? It means she's a hitman arranged by my clan to work directly under me.
If my young master is attacked, I must defend him as his shield. If he intends to kill, I must be his sword. That is my only reason for living. Before I am human, I am my young master's tool, first and foremost. Until this body of mine can no longer move, I shall fulfill my duty until the very end.
That is...
Oh, that is... You are wrong. You're not a tool, Pekko. Because if you're a tool, then what was all that time we spent together?
Nothing.
I was ordered by my young master to behave, just as I was ordered to interact with you all. What? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students now. Right after we arrived on this island, that is what my young master ordered me to do.
You fiend.
That is why you were hiding your relationship, you mean?
No.
It's not as if that started the moment we arrived on this island. Before that, my young master has always told me to hide our relationship. My young master loathes relying on this household's power. He even hates me, the tool given to him by his household.
I am nothing
No
but
matter
a
what
tool.
I am told, I am nothing but a tool for killing. If my master intends to kill, it is only natural for me to act as his tool. Then the one who tried to kill Mahiru wasn't you, it was Fuyuhiko.
Damn it.
It is what it is. When I thought I beat that game, I was suddenly given these photographs.
Damn it.
Damn it, I don't understand. Why is my sister in these photos?
Don't fuck with me.
And she's covered in blood. What does it mean? Why can't I remember? How come I don't even know if my sister is dead? You tried to confirm it with Mahiru, and that's why you wanted to talk to her.
So...
Yeah, I sent her the photos because I wanted to make sure she'd respond. But she never replied back to me. Not only that, she started avoiding me too.
But...
I'm pretty sure Mahiru was confused too. I mean, we all were. Before anyone played the game, we didn't even know this incident had happened. That's why, even if we were told that we're connected to it, there's no way we could accept it. You know, when Mahiru spoke to Ibuki, she mentioned something about this. Sorry, I actually have plans to go to the beach with everyone.
Oh my!
Wait, huh? You're not gonna go, Mahiru? If you want to talk about it there, it'd be totally fine. Oh, fuck. It's pretty important, so, you know, it'd be troubling to involve the others.
Huh?
You sound pretty serious. Serious or not, I can't really do anything about it on my own, so I wanted someone to think about it with me.
But...
If I need to make amends, I would, but I don't even know how.
Are you serious?
That definitely sounds serious. I can cancel my beach plans for you. No, it's fine. It's important that everyone gets along anyway. Just tell them I'm not feeling well. Plus, it doesn't have to be today. There's always tomorrow.
Oh.
She wanted to discuss how to make amends, but Hiyoko was the only one who accepted her invitation. I should have gone too. But it was rather inconvenient for you, wasn't it, Fuyuhiko? If you could make use of their plan to meet each other alone, you could easily lure Mahiru into a trap, right?
Hey,
By calling both of them to the beach house, you were able to pin the blame on Hiyoko.
What the?
Seriously? What the heck? An eye for an eye. That's the world I live in. My little sister was murdered. If the reason that happened was because of some person here, I have no choice but to kill that person on my sister's behalf, right?
And so...
And so my young master thought of a plan and executed it. I wanted to use a bat as a murder weapon because in the game, that's what was used to kill Girl E. For revenge, clubbing the person to death the same way my sister was killed just seemed to make sense. Even if it ruined my disguise, it was the only thing I could do to avenge my sister.
That is...
So that's why you killed Mahiru with the bat. But still, I believed her up until the very last minute. That game was just a work of fiction. But even so, that bitch...
Hey,
Hey, if that game is actually real, are you the one who killed Girl E?
Why, you...
Hey, I don't want to hear about that.
But...
The fact that your sister was killed is terrible. It's unfortunate, but
Why?
you shouldn't have killed that girl.
Shut the hell up!
Who cares about that? Just answer me. What do you know about that game?
What are you saying?
You You had no right to do that. Nobody has the right to judge others for their crimes. Revenge is just wrong.
Jeez.
Want me to be honest? This whole time I was acting like a coward. Even after I called over Mahiru, I was still trying to find an excuse to not go through with the plan. But after she said that to me, that all went out the window. I got really pissed off and grabbed the metal bat that I hid under the bench. But at that moment, young master called for me and made me kill Mahiru.
Huh?
Huh?
Young master, I am finished.
What?
You're saying that you killed because you were ordered to? A tool is not defined by its will, but by its actions. I don't get this at all.
Of course!
Well, of course you don't understand, because humans are completely different from one another. Everyone's birthplace and upbringing is different. It's obviously impossible for them to understand each other. So everyone just pretends to understand, and pretends to be understood.
Be quiet.
Hey, you're too annoying. Can you just be quiet?
Yes, indeed!
Okie dokie, I'll be quiet. Afterward, just as my master planned, I proceeded to tamper with the scene of the crime. However, I also considered the possibility of being found out. So in order to get you guys to make the wrong choice, I decided to make use of that serial killer story.
It cannot be.
You insisted that you were sparkling justice in order to make us hasten our votes. So we fell for it. We fell for a trick all along. That's right, you guys have made the wrong decision. You voted me, a mere tool, as the killer, unaware that my young master was the true killer.
That's obviously wrong.
Now hold on, don't act like our loss has been decided yet.
No.
No, it should be decided already. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
This is
I'll admit, all this
troubling.
talk about Peko being a tool sounds pretty persuasive. When you approach it from various angles, it makes sense that Fuyuhiko is actually the true killer. Hold on, I'm telling you to hold on.
I see.
I see. So for Peko, Fuyuhiko himself is your true hope then. On his behalf, you killed Mahiru, and now you're trying to sacrifice us so that you can protect him.
Great.
You would only go that far because he's your one and only hope.
Wrong.
Wrong. I have no hope. I'm just a tool. Well, even if we ask her, she'll probably just play dumb anyway.
Now then.
So I'm gonna ask someone else. Hey, Fuyuhiko, what do you think?
Huh?
About what?
Hey.
Is Peko just a tool to you? Using that tool, surviving by sacrificing Peko and the rest of us, is that your hope?
What?
Hold on.
Hold on. What's the use of asking something like that?
What?
Huh? You seem distressed. A mere tool doesn't panic like that, right?
Jeez.
Peko, be honest. Are you trying to protect Fuyuhiko of your own free will?
Hey,
Fuyuhiko, can you tell me the truth? The fact that she killed on your behalf, the fact that she lied to us by acting like the killer, are these things you ordered her to do? Is that the truth?
Huh?
Fuyuhiko?
Yeah.
I know you hate our guts, but if you listen to Peko, we're all gonna die. Young master, you just have to tell the truth. I was only following your orders. You just have to tell them that. Fuyuhiko. You mentioned this before, but in this kind of situation, interacting with others will just shorten your lifespan. Those idiots Byakuya and Teruteru are proof of that. Plus, it'd be frustrating to be held back by affection when it's my time to kill. You're saying that? Of course, I'll sacrifice the lives of everyone here if it guarantees my survival. You don't really feel that way, right? You're not that kind of person. Because if you were, you wouldn't be hesitating like you are right now. There's no need to hesitate, young master. Please just tell them the truth. Young master, you were the one who ordered me. I just did as I was told because I'm a tool. Fuyuhiko, this could be considered your ultimate choice. Regardless, either way, you'll still lose, Peko, but
Hey.
if you insist you're the killer, just as she said, you can sacrifice us and survive alone. Or would you rather reject Peko and fight alongside us against despair? Which one will be your hope? Let's hear what you have to say.
Damn it.
Young master, I am finished.
You? What the hell did you do? You already know, right? What's going to happen after you kill someone?
I did it because I know. There is no way I can let that happen to you.
Hey, Peko. Do you remember what I told you when we first arrived on this island? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just... You need to run. Got it? Just let me take the fall so you can get away.
Young master, that is impossible.
Shut up! I'm ordering you not to worry about me.
There is no way I cannot worry about you. I am my young master's tool. A tool to protect my young master. Without an owner, the tool serves no purpose.
God damn it, we are done with that crap! Why won't you listen to what I'm saying?
Regardless, I will not flee. Besides, I'm fairly certain they'll discover the truth soon enough.
Then, why did you...
I have a plan.
Huh? A plan?
Please do not worry. I promise I will keep my young master alive and return him safely home.
You idiot. What do you intend to do?
I intend to fulfill my duty as your tool. Now please, go! Hiyoko will be waking up soon. After you leave, I must block the door to the road with Mahiru's body. Hurry!
Damn it. You better run away. Got it? Just forget about me! Forget about the Kuzuryu clan! You better escape!
So how about it, Fuyuhiko? Please, tell me the truth.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Peko. I guess I couldn't go through with it after all.
Young master!
I'm a disgrace.
Because if that's actually what I have to do to survive, I just feel ashamed of myself. It'd mean I can't live without depending on something. I just feel disgusted with myself.
Peko.
And if I have to admit that, it means you really are just a tool to me. How many times did I tell you I don't want a tool given to me by the Kuzuryu clan?
Young master!
Oh my, so this is how it turned out.
Too bad.
And here I thought it'd be more brutal and heartless. Man, how disappointing. Which means everything happened thanks to her meddlesome actions. There's no way a human that meddlesome could ever be considered a tool.
Hey,
Monokuma, you knew all along, didn't you? You knew about what Peko and Fuyuhiko discussed.
jeez.
Well, it's obvious now. I mean, that's why you have surveillance cameras. You were just having fun, huh? Man, even if that was an act of desperation, Peko's claim was surprising and surprisingly interesting. You're actually the first to try and influence the outcome of a trial like that. But too bad, you're definitely the killer. Peko, the tool with a heart, is the killer.
Sorry.
Peko, I'm sorry I couldn't fulfill your request. Even though you did all that to provide me the chance to survive. But I had a feeling it would turn out like this.
Huh?
Huh?
Young master!
Young master, you have a kind heart, despite being a Yakuza. That's why you question your position and constantly worry about it. For you to sacrifice someone else just to escape by yourself, I believe you wouldn't accept that so easily. We've been together ever since we were children. Even a tool would understand that.
What?
Then why?
Even so,
Even so,
I wanted you to escape.
No, you're talking. I wanted to protect you.
Peko.
I am terribly sorry.
I will not be able to serve by your side until the very end, young master.
Bye.
And I'm sorry for what I've done to you all. It may be a selfish request, but please forgive my young master.
And please do not cause a senseless killing such as this ever again.
Of course. Peko. That will do. Monokuma, why don't you start it already?
I will never feel despair.
As long as I am a tool, I am fully prepared to die.
So
Who's-
cool.
No. But will you be able to maintain that composure until the very end? People who act as proud as you always shed tears of despair in the end. Now then, let's begin.
Young Master Fuyuhiko.
Please permit me to make one final selfish request.
So,
Didn't I tell you not to call me young master?
I want you to remember.
The tool, Peko Pekoyama, who used to stand beside you. I would like it if you remembered that. That's it. How many times do you have to keep... I don't need any tools. You did say that. Then let's begin. The punishment time, brimming with despair. Jeez, why don't you get it yet?
Thrills, chills,
This time for
kills!
the ultimate swordswoman, Peko Pekoyama.
Why?
You stayed by my side all this time. Why don't you get it?
Now then,
I
I've
prepared a
very
special punishment for you.
I
Ever needed a sword or a shield?
I never needed a tool. So... You didn't need to become a tool.
Let's give it everything we've got!
You just needed to be yourself. I never wanted a tool. I just wanted you. Only you.
Young master?
Why? Why couldn't you understand? We've always been together ever since we were kids!
Let's go! It's punishment time!
Please, Peko. Don't go! I need you! Don't leave me!
Young master?
Young master!
Well, that was that. Alright. Oh, Peko has been found guilty. It's time for punishment. I guess I should probably read that. You know what's interesting is that fucking Sakura would have survived this. Oh, she definitely would have survived. Monokuma personally admitted he had no way to kill her. Oh, you meant Peko. I don't know. Maybe. Honestly, I don't know if Peko could have destroyed the Mono Beasts. Like, if he had to bring in the Mono Beasts, he probably could have. She seemed to back down from them pretty quickly. This cannot be. Even Fuyuhiko. This is bad. This shouldn't be allowed. People dying so easily, falling like dominoes. You bastard. What is this? This can't be. This is a lie, right? Peko! Fuyuhiko!
Such a waste.
So wait, are they both dead? For heaven's sake, this is just the worst. Jeez, what a waste. This conclusion. What a waste. This is why she should have discussed it with me. It was supposed to be a clash between two hopes, but it was crushed into something so unpalatable.
Oh.
You're still talking about that? The hell's wrong with you? Aren't you pissed that two of your friends got killed?
Such despair.
No, I don't spoil anything, because they'll still get mad even though I've long since stopped caring. And by long since, I think it's been an hour. I think an hour was the moment I threw in a towel. I am pissed. And I even feel sad and hopeless. But still,
Isn't that right?
it's gonna be alright. This despair is worthless. Even this despair is just a ladder to a bright, shining future that awaits us. The higher the ladder, the brighter we can shine. That is the unmistakable truth. Calling me a ladder, huh? You say some pretty interesting things. In a way, your misguided thoughts of what hope should be remind me of him. I don't really understand what you're saying.
Listen carefully.
Anyway, I shall make a declaration. We will definitely destroy you. The hopes of all the Ultimates here will definitely, completely, utterly destroy you. There won't even be a strand of cotton left when we're done with you. That's your future. How much longer are you planning to say such stupid things? Don't you understand? Even if Fuyuhiko died, you know? Not yet. He's still alive. What?
Everyone!
Everyone, Fuyuhiko is still alive.
You serious?
Fuyuhiko! That long drawn out O is gonna be too hard. Frantically, we rushed over to Fuyuhiko's side.
He's still breathing.
Is he gonna be okay?
Do something! Hey! You need to save him!
I'm trying! But his blood, he won't stop bleeding out! His pulse is getting weaker!
Can't you do anything about it? God damn it!
Well, serves him right.
You're so
Were you filled with hope at the thought of saving her yourself? That's why you ended up like that.
You stupid brother!
What are you so laid back about? You need to hurry up and save him. Huh? A surprise order?
What the heck?
Why do I have to burn my precious calories just to save some Yakuza scum?
That's wrong!
It's your duty to save him. Duty?
Hey!
Because it's written in the school trip rules. With the black and exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. Oh, fucking rules lawyered him. If only the Blackened gets executed, then Fuyuhiko shouldn't be allowed to be executed. Well, if I could, I would do something about it right now. But since my magic stick was taken away, I'm practically powerless. But you should be able to do it. Jeez, I have no choice.
Fine.
Well, there's no way I can violate a rule, even if it's me. Fine then, I'll save him. Really? I was actually gonna do that all along, so I've already prepared all this. Prepared? And that's when it happened. A siren began ringing out of nowhere, and gradually grew closer and closer.
An ambulance?
Just leave the rest to me, Dr. Killgood.
A funny touch would be if that's the same ambulance that killed Celeste.
Dr. Killgood, you've already killed your patients!
We gotta get this patient to the Monokuma
Chia?
Hospital ER and get him under 24-hour observation stat! So, I'll see you later!
After that, the ambulance containing Monokuma and Fuyuhiko vanished from our sight. Is it really gonna be okay to leave this to Monokuma?
Damn it.
It can't be helped. It's not like there was any other way.
Perhaps.
Oh, is it a fire truck? Ah. Oh well. He's gonna be fine. He's probably gonna get better and come back to us again. It was probably a fire truck, yeah. You're right. He's definitely gonna come back and talk a lot of smack as if nothing happened. Then all we can do is wait. Why do we have to wait for him? I mean, he caused Mahiru's death, you know. However, we must put that aside since Peko has already been punished. Or else we will not do anything to advance forward.
Fall, my tears.
There are no second chances in life. We cannot return to what has already transpired. There is no other way than to move forward, like an arrow of light piercing through the darkness.
Damn it!
I guess. Things aren't as exciting if a shit stirrer like him ain't around. I didn't realize it, but I was wishing for that too. From the bottom of my heart, I really wanted him to return. Fuyuhiko! I don't want anyone else to be a sacrifice. And so the class trial ended. But we still can't see the real ending that we really want yet. When that finally arrives, what will happen to us by then? No matter where I look, no matter what possibilities I look for, I can't see our future, not even a speck. As if we were in a boat floating unreliably in a vast dark sea. We were just left there, alone. Only one word could explain our situation. Despair. We couldn't find a more suitable word than that. Despair. You nailed it. The whole thing's actually a pun.
You guys can see it, right? You can see this countdown too?
No. I'm blind.
4 people are already gone. We took our time preparing the hope fragments, but now we're no longer able to gather them.
Really?
Honestly, I'm not so sure anymore. Whether it's better if we let them leave this island, or if we shouldn't let them escape. For those kids, which option is hope and which is despair? But I guess there's no time to hesitate. If this countdown reaches 0, that guy will probably take over our plan's final stage as well. What lies beyond that is the foul resurrection of the ultimate despair.
Oh, shit! Junko's coming back.
And the continuation of the biggest...
Actually, I need to stop caring. Already, I'm sure it's going to be incredibly disappointing.
That cannot be allowed. We must prevent that by any means necessary. Even if we have to pay the ultimate price, I will definitely prevent it by any means. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope.
I liked the one from the first game better. Black Dragon Blade. Save current progress. Go ahead and save in here. And we're gonna go ahead and end. I didn't enjoy the last one either, to be honest.
Danganronpa.
It's... So far, it's like... In Danganronpa 2, the only trial you can't really predict is the second one. Because Byakuya frames himself like an asshole. But in this game, both trials have been like that. Like, there's nothing... Well, okay, not the first one so much. The first one was just really long and obnoxious. But this one specifically, there's no way to predict Peko. You just... Like, there's not enough evidence for it. The only evidence I even had for Peko that was stated previously was that she arrived later. And her whereabouts were unknown. But we could have said that for literally everyone else. Like, Mikan and Ibuki could have piggybacked on top of each other and gotten out the window, and then helped each other through the window. I mean, it's like... Like, even Sonya would have made more sense. And the whole, like, shining, like, sparkling justice thing is exactly like I said. Like, it was just like a red herring. But what's more is that it was tied to the killer, but it was really just a waste of time. Like, it was the whole thing, it was just like, look at all of this evidence that it's Fuyuhiko, and then they're like, by the way, it's not actually Fuyuhiko. So, it's like, the evidence doesn't matter. The evidence is just there to drag along the class trials. Because it doesn't even connect directly to the case. Especially in this one. Like, more aggressively than the first one. The first one had a little bit of this because it didn't give you the proper evidence. Like, there were massive pieces that were just missing. But the information on this one is, like, this was absolutely unpredictable. And a lot of the problem might be that I'm trying to view this game as a mystery game, where there's a killer, and then I have to investigate the crime, and then I have to solve the crime. But the problem is this game actively fights against you, and not in the way like a mystery fights against you, where it's like, oh, it was hidden, you just didn't think hard enough. It's like, no amount of thought would have made me predict a connection between Peko and Fuyuhiko. You just couldn't have done that. You know, it's like, I think at this point I have to accept that Danganronpa is not a mystery game. And although I was heavily looking forward to, because I'd already know the answers in the first games, solving the mysteries in this Here's the thing, though. You can solve the mysteries in the first game, except for the second trial with Byakuya. You can't. But this is not a mystery game. This is different than even the first game, which was a bit of a mystery game. You know, this is just like a visual novel, and I think the problem is that because I actually cared, that's the problem. I just need to not care. I don't know if I'm going to like this game anyway, because the second I detach my investment, I don't have any reason to care about what's happening anyway. So it's either I'm upset that the game doesn't, like, reward me for caring and thinking about it, or I'm utterly bored with it for not having anything going on and being engaging. Either way, I don't see myself liking this game past this point, but we're gonna finish it anyway. And we're gonna finish the other two because they're already on the fucking list. But what I am saying is, we can probably confirm Drakengard will happen before Ultra Despair Girls. Although that game's short as fuck, I think. It's like 12 hours, but we have to get ending D, so who knows how long that'll take. Anyway, next time we should have unlocked Chapter 2 for No Monami, I believe. Yeah, Ultra Despair Girls is a shooter, I believe. Yeah, so next time we'll do Stage 2, and then, Sunday we may do Final Fantasy IX. I really should, and I really should give my voice a work at, like a rest, because I've been just going non-stop with it. But, who knows? We'll see how it goes. Okay, but I hate all of the puzzle mechanics. I hate all of them. So it doesn't work as a puzzle game for me either. Yeah, so we'll see if we do Final Fantasy IX on Sunday, but we will return with this on Monday, because we made it through fucking Bard's Tale. And let me be, like, frank, I hated Bard's Tale way more than I hate playing this, so. Yeah, that's where we're headed toward. Bound to happen eventually. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Hope you had fun. I didn't. I have to awkwardly leave now. I've been Sacrobolic, your Envoy of Hope, and I will see you next time. Oh, and boss fights have been fixed, in case anyone cares, which no one does. Bye-bye.